What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is episode 103, and today we're going to go ahead and take a look at day trading against a triggering event like CPI. So as you guys knew, if you follow along from the economic calendar, you would know that this week had a couple of events that could potentially trigger the market to go either up or down. All right. So Tuesday we did have the PPI, which is the Producers Price Index. And then Wednesday, which was yesterday, we had CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index. So as you could see here on the screen from this article from CNBC, it says CPI report shows inflation easing in April, with consumer prices still rising 3.4% from a year ago. So pretty much usually inflation, and inflation is just, how things increase in terms of cost for consumers, usually raises up anywhere from 3 to 5%. This CPI report comes out pretty much, it's like a statistical report that comes out from the Department of Labor. And what it does is it just pretty much shows what went on in terms of inflation for consumers the previous month before. So because we're in May, this report is for what went on in April. All right. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the article here. It says the CPI report showed an increase of 0.3% from March. The Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Wednesday inflation eased slightly in April, providing some relief for consumers. On a 12-month basis, however, CPI increased 3.4% in line with expectations. Core inflation was at 3.6, the lowest reading ex food and energy since April of 2021. So pretty much, even though it is increasing, all the numbers were within the expectations. And like it says here on this final bullet point, inflation was at 3.6%, the lowest reading ex food and energy since April of 2021. So the market took this as good news and it reacted. So now what I was doing yesterday, I was pretty much just waiting until this news came out. I wanted to see when the market opened at 9:30. I wanted it to settle around 10, and then I had my level set up just to see where it would break and where it would go. So I did do trades on QQQ and SPY, but I'm just going to go over the charting for QQQ, and then I'll also show you the receipts by hopping into Robinhood and showing you each contract that was bought and what it was sold for, and then in the end we'll go over the final numbers. I'll throw it up on the screen. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so as you guys can see, we have QQQ up on the screen, and right now for the week, you guys can see it's just been steadily moving up. You guys know that QQQ is something that I invest in as well for the long term, so I'm always buying into this. And as you guys can see, it's a stock that, it's an ETF that gives you a nice return. All right, so let's go all the way. This is May 14th, so let's go to the 15th. So this was 5 a.m. It was down here at 446. Boom. 7 a.m. we had a big spike. Now we're waiting for the meeting. All right, and the meeting comes out, and you see, right, because CPI and PPI usually comes out before the market. So it comes out like around 8 or 8:30. You could double check on the calendar. But notice from this area to this area, we had the big spike. So we went from 45 here at the low. And then boom, by 9, it was at 448. So what is that, like a $3 move? Big money if you had options overnight. I did not, because I wasn't taking any chances. But some people are risky like that. All right, so it went down here right around 10. Like I said, from 9 to 10. That's the run right there. And then after it settled, kind of came back down. So I got in right around this level here, because what I was waiting for was for it to touch around this level, come back down, and then retest the level and break it. And it did. And it started to run. So we got in somewhere around here. We got two different contracts, and we just rode it all the way up until it got to the other level that I have set up on the chart. So let's go ahead now and hop into trading view and I'll show you guys what's going on. All right, so here we have QQQ pulled up on trading view. And if I go ahead and just kind of bring it down and zoom in, you guys could get a better picture of what's going on. So you see there are 4 money bags on the screen, which means that I had all wins yesterday, no losses. All right, so market pretty much the day before was right here. And let's just zoom out a little bit, right? And it started to go down. And then we had this big gap up. And it's going down like this the day before the CPI, obviously, because people rode it up to this point and then started selling because, you know, some people don't want to take the risk. They're like me. I'm not holding the option overnight. And then, you know, PPI goes left and you end up losing your money. So we have this gap up from here to here. Boom. Right. So when market opened yesterday on the 15th, it started shooting up and I already know it was going to run up to about here. So I waited for it to get to this level. Right. So I waited for it to get to this level, which was around like 449. It bounced on the level I expected, came back down, came back up again, tested the level, came down here, bounce. So I'm looking for it to retest and break this line. And it broke this line, boom, 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 consolidated a little bit and then broke out. So I got in around this candle. I got the first call, which was 453 call. I got one contract at $1.43. Boom, 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 boom. Touches the next level, consolidates a little bit, right? And I'm waiting now to see if it breaks out of this line because I was going to add another contract. Let me just move this up so you guys can see. So it consolidated some more and then boom, it broke out of that 450 line. All right, so when it broke out of this line, I got another contract. I entered a 455 call, one contract for $1.20. And it starts to run, boom, 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 boom. And it got up, I got up right around here. So for this call, this first call that I got for $1.43, the 453 call, I got out around here and I ended up getting out for $2.68. So from here to here, I made like $120 something or $120 from here to here. All right. And then I still had this one running. So I let this one run up a little bit. And let's just pull this over so you guys can see. And then just before it touched this line, which I have set up here. So this line is around 553, somewhere around there. So just before it got to that line, I got out, and as you see, it started going back down and it just consolidated. But right now, as I showed you guys before on QQQ, it's actually over 153. So it actually broke out of this line. But I'll pretty much try to play the same thing again today. I'll wait for it to come back down, pull a little bit, consolidate, retest. And if it goes to the next level, right, then I'll hop in there. But that's pretty much the plays that I did on QQQ. Now from this second one, I got in at 120, like I told you, $1.20, and I ended up selling for $1.90. So from here to here, I made $70. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into Robinhood right now so I can show you guys the receipts. And this play, I pretty much did the same thing on SPY, so there's no point in really going over that. But let's get to the receipts. All right, so here we go. We have the receipts pulled up here on QQQ. So all you do is go to history and it'll pull it up. So starting out yesterday, you see I had a recurring buy that came out for $5. And then this was the first contract. So this one was 143. All right, so I got one contract, and let's just click on that just so you guys can see the details. All right, so it was a limit buy, submitted, filled, one contract, $1.43, and that was my total cost. Quantity 1, and regulatory fees was 3 cents. All right, so now I could have gotten more contracts, obviously, but I am just trying to play it safe. All right, so we go ahead and we go from here and we sold this contract. This one's up here, so this is a 453 call, and we sold it here for 268. All right, so we sold at 268, one contract filled, and it shows you the time that it was filled too. Notice the time that it was filled around the afternoon session. All right, and then the second contract I showed you guys, I got in for 120, right? and I ended up selling this contract for 190. So in total, I made from here to here, I made $125, and then from here to here, I made another $70. So what is that, like 195, somewhere around there, right? And then now I'm gonna go ahead and hop into SPY and showed you what we did on SPY as well. All right, so here we are on SPY. We have this call here. So this was the first call. This was 5:30. So we end up getting this one contract for 141, and then the same 5:30 call, we end up selling this for 215. So from here to there, we end up making, let's see, 141 to 215. We end up making like $74 on that call. All right. So from here to here, we made 74. And then on the second call we got in, it was 109. This was the 532 call. And then on the 532 call, we got in at 109. We sold at 126. So we ended up making 27 on this call. So the total for SPY was 74 plus 27. So we ended up with $101 on this call. So we had 195 on QQQ, and then we had $101 profit on SPY. And I'll throw the numbers up on the screen right now, but I'll also read them off for you guys here. So my total buys for the day was $513. As far as selling, I had $809 in sales. And then when you subtract the 513 from the 809, my P&L for the day was $296, or an ROI of 58%. So ROI is return on cash. So not bad. And this is just an example, guys. I just wanted to show you guys how you could trade triggering events, and we spoke about that when we talked about like doing risk management. We went over this a couple times before, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys like a step-by-step on how I could do it. I'm doing this at the level that I am at with the cash that I have available to trade. You could do this at your level. You know, you could up it. Instead of getting one contract, you could have gotten 10. It just depends, but the results would be the same. So make sure you get yourself familiar with targets in terms of your charting, identifying the levels, and then looking for your breaking, but also more importantly, looking for your retest before you go ahead and jump in. All right. And that's it for the video today, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you found this information useful, please go ahead and like this video. Also share this video with a family member or a friend. Consider subscribing if you like videos like this. I make new videos every day. All right. Thanks again for watching the video, guys. I really do appreciate it. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.